Hey guys, it's Chris here. Welcome to another video. So today we're actually in Corsica and we'll be doing a trail run around the coast. It's a really beautiful morning. It's pretty warm, but the temperatures should be fine for now. So it's about 7 in the morning. So if you want to run in these conditions, you definitely need to run really early. And yeah, we'll be doing a trail run today. We'll be talking about what I've learned from my last ultra marathons. You know, oh, we have a dog following us. What I've learned from my last ultra marathons I completed. They were both in the 100 kilometer category with the UTMB series. And I definitely learned a lot on those races. So yeah, we'll be talking a little bit about those, what I learned from them. I'll give you some tips. And yeah, today's goal, you can see in the background here, the lighthouse, which is pretty far away. We'll try to get there. We'll see how we do. And yeah, take you along for the ride. Let's go. I'm actually on holiday, and usually when I'm on holiday, I usually like to get my runs in. So we'll run a little bit on the road and we'll get to the trails in like a kilometer or so. But yeah, I usually like running on my holidays because, you know, during your holidays you just relax, you eat a lot, and running will be the only activity I do, so you know, you don't have to go to work, which is really good, and at least for me. And yeah, so I try to get my running in the morning and enjoy the rest of the day. Still running on the road a little bit. Took a wrong turn, so that's the thing when you run in terrain where you're not usually from, or where you don't usually run. You can get lost a little bit, but have to check your Strava more often and check the path. Yeah. Now we're on the right way again. We finally made it to the trails. Ran on the asphalt a little bit. But yeah, gonna run next to the water a little bit, run along the coastline here, and see how far we get today. But yeah, it's already warm. Brought enough fluids, and yeah, just enjoy the day. Let's get going. We're at the beach now. So anyway, yeah, the first thing I'd like to share is that what I've learned from running my ultras is that what's really important is to not overtrain when you race. So in your training block, when you train a lot, make sure you recover a lot. Try not to overtrain. I noticed for my Istria 100 run that I had some hip problems while I was training. I felt my IT band a little bit. I was just focused on doing a lot of mileage and a lot of vertical. I believe I did about 40,000 meters in vertical in just 3 months, which was a little bit too much for me. And during my run I was fine, but eventually I felt my hips and my AT band again during the run, which I thought was okay, because in the ultra, you know, you run really, really long, and you'll feel the small niggles you had in training. But when I ran my second run, the Mozart 82K, I wasn't training too much. I noticed when I ran the ultra, I had no pain, no issues or anything with my hips or my IT band, just because I wasn't training too much for that run. So yeah, so I noticed the differences there with the 2 runs. So anyway, overtraining can be an issue. It's better to train a little bit less, maybe be a little bit undertrained is always better than to be overtrained. So it's hard to get the sweet spot there with training, but definitely try and not overtrain with your runs and your training block. So yeah, next time I'll run a ultra marathon, I'll make sure to recover a lot, not overtrain, and focus on my weak points, my hips and my IT band. Try to get my legs stronger and not just focus on mileage and vertical per week. So yeah, let's get going. the castle or ruin here. There's the same dog we saw before. Are you following us? Ah, he is. He's with the runner. Another runner here, so yeah, let's get going. I don't know whose dog that is following us, but he has a collar, so I'm sure he belongs to someone. But yeah, well, maybe he just wants to join us for the morning run. A slight incline, just walking a little bit. Oh, yeah. So yeah, first thing I learned, which was important. Oh, now he's pooping. Yeah, first thing I learned, which is important, yeah, is not to overtrain. With my ultra marathons, you know, fueling I did pretty good, I think. I felt my tummy a little bit at the beginning of Istria, but that was fixed by just going to the bathroom, so that wasn't a problem. Otherwise, my fueling was really good. And with the Mozart run with the 82K, I felt my stomach a little bit upset at the end. What I didn't do too much in the Mozart run is I didn't eat enough bananas, I think. They had bananas at the aid stations, but they were all like really green, and I don't like those too much. But at least for me, I think bananas really help when you eat them for your stomach to settle in. And yeah, I didn't have those on the Mozart run. So yeah, fueling went pretty good. I'm not going to change much on fueling on my strategy when I run the next ultras. I really don't have any issues with fueling, I think, so far. We'll see. I just really like to eat, and usually do a lot of runs when I eat, after I eat. So yeah, practicing fueling is really important, but not really going to change much there. So what I use are the Morton gels and the Morton mixes. They're like a drink mix, which are pretty good. And solid food, I usually have some pasta, which I usually digest pretty good. So yeah, otherwise, let's try and get some more kilometers in. So those who've been watching my channel know I ran 2 ultra marathons this year. One was a 110 kilometer race with over 4,000 meters in elevation gain, and the other was an 82K with about 4,400 meters in elevation gain. Yeah, I finished both races, which I'm really happy about, on pretty good times. My times for me, which were really good. And yeah, so for my next training block, when I train for a next ultra marathon, I'll definitely make sure I'll recover a lot and not overtrain, and focus on not being injured at all. So not just focusing on volume. And it was my first ultra, so I was definitely focused on just finishing the race, and I thought more is better. Next ultra will probably be in beginning of April or end of March next year, which is in September, so 6 months, 7 months maybe? Yeah, 6 months from now. I'll focus on building, training. I'm usually always very consistent with training, so unless I had a race, then I stop training for 2-3 weeks and then just fully recover. So yeah, let's try and do some running again, otherwise I'll never get back on time for breakfast. Okay guys, we just made it to the lighthouse. Yeah, it's closed, so you can't go in. Obviously, it's not a tourist attraction, it's a working lighthouse, so yeah, but we made it all the way from the other side. You can see here the coast, the bay. That's the city Calvi, where we went to yesterday, where we did some sightseeing. Calvi, that's where the city is, our hotel. And yeah, gonna run along the whole bay again here, and run back, ups and downs, trails, pretty good running, and get some breakfast at the hotel. But yeah, so the other thing I learned from running my ultras this year is that what I'm gonna do next is focus on my overall fitness. The training blocks, the last ultras have been just volume, get as much vertical in as possible, do long days on the mountains, and I've learned that focusing on your overall fitness is just as important. What I mean by that is, you know, not just do running and mountain climbing, which of course you need to do, but what you really need to do is work on your lifestyle, you know, get enough sleep, go to the gym a lot, get some workouts in. What's really important is to work on your core. I really don't like working on my core. I don't know, I just don't like doing crunches and planks. But I noticed when I do those, you know, my injuries and my niggles, they go away, you know, my hip problems. It's probably because I don't do enough core. So yeah, I'm gonna focus on my overall fitness. You know, maybe get better nutrition in. I haven't focused too much on my nutrition. Focus more on eating healthy, you know, going to the gym a lot, focusing on my overall fitness. And yeah, you know, still do a lot of running, get a lot of mileage in, a lot of vertical. But I'm just doing those extras, you know, going to the gym, doing single leg squats, and working on your core is gonna be really important. And I think I can improve a lot on those. So yeah, I hope you like those, that feedback I gave from my ultras. There's not much more I can give. I think I've done them pretty well. Maybe I'll try and get a little bit faster for my next one. My next ultra marathon will probably be a 100-miler. I'm thinking of doing the Istria 100 miles. It's in April, so that's going to be in about 6 months. And yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. And yeah, let's try and get back. I think it's about 6-7 kilometers back, and get some breakfast. Anyway, I hope you guys like the views. Really beautiful here. Running the uphills a little bit. Gotta improve somehow. Just ran about 3 kilometers. A little bit of a tempo run. And yeah, almost got lost there again. But kind of hard to get lost when the ocean's right next to you. So yeah, that's really important too, is when you run an ultra marathon, really be aware of your environment and make sure you don't get lost. It happens all the time. I almost got lost in my ultra, and a woman was screaming, or another runner telling me that's the wrong way. So I would have ran the wrong way quite a while. But yeah, be careful when you run. Always check the path, make sure you're on the right way as well. And yeah, you should be good. The nice thing about Strava is if you're at a different location, you're doing holidays or so, you can always check the Strava maps, see what other people run. You know, maybe try some FKTs if you want, just for fun. And yeah, there's always opportunities to run anywhere you are. Whew, better get going. Okay guys, we made it back. You can see there's a cross in the background. That's just a random cross being here at the coastal line. But yeah, the hotel is right here. And yeah, not quite 14 kilometers. You can see the lighthouse in the background. Just ran along the whole bay. Yeah, really nice run. So if you're in Corsica, if you happen to come to Calvi, which is the most northwestern part of Corsica, and that's the most northern tip actually in West Corsica, the lighthouse. It's a really nice trail, so check it out if you want to. You don't have to run it, you can hike, but definitely recommend it. So Corsica is a really nice island. I really enjoyed it. We did a lot of hiking. I did some training, not too much, just a little bit, not to gain too much weight during my holidays, just drinking too much beer. But yeah, the training block hasn't really started yet, so next race is about 6-7 months out, so we have time to get in shape. Yeah, you can see the fort in the background. Really nice place. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the views, guys. I hope you liked the video. Just a short update on my trail running status, ultra running status, and excited to get the new race on. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a like if you can, subscribe. It'll help a lot. And keep watching. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.